Now, Albo might be very good at winning elections, despite the fact that, of course, he had just about a third of the vote, but he still has no idea about the economy. Remember, when he increased the cost of every small business in the country with their wages bill going up by 5% per employee, this was his response to the people who have to find that money.
What do you say to small business owners who might be forced to close because they can't afford the crippling accumulation of funding these new pay rises on top of rising power bills and other financial pressures?
Well, what I'd say is that those small businesses all rely upon their workers who are really struggling with the cost of living. They're struggling. This is $1 an hour. Let's be clear about what this debate has been about.
Says a bloke who hasn't earned $1 in the private sector since he was a bank teller when he was in university. All of his time was in and around, be it the Labor Party or be it federal ministers. Yet he's telling you it doesn't matter, it's $1 an hour, it's just so small. But it increases the cost of business. Cost of business is passed on to customers. That leads to higher inflation and, yes, as I say again, higher interest rates. Don't you love, again, nothing to see here. The fastest and most significant rise in interest rates since 1994, a full percentage since he became Prime Minister. But nothing to see here because, as you know, he has a magical solution. So his solution, despite the fact that his government will make decisions that make it harder to employ people, that ruin a power system that makes it more expensive to keep the lights on in a business, he says that budget repair, despite promising to spend more money than the previous government, will magically bring down interest rates.
So we do have difficult decisions to make, and we make them with what we've been dealt with.
Really? Where's the government spending going to be cut in this budget? Does he think that the Greens, the Tiffany Teals, Jackie Lambie or anyone else will cut spending? Remember, the Senate kept compensation when they were getting rid of the carbon tax, when the compensation was for the carbon tax. Now, remember, we don't get a budget out of this mob until October, but that still won't fix the problem. There's many months between now and October, and there's plenty more pain to come. So he can pretend that they're going to do something. They won't, but you're going to pay more every single month under this mob.
I think it's self-evident, judging by the Governor's own comments, that he expects interest rates to go up further this year.
And some predictions are that the amount of extra money people are going to have to find to pay their mortgage in the next 12 months could be $12,000.